You know what? Let's do the USA rant. Let's do the USA rant. I have the roster right here. Let's do the USA rant, right? Let's do. So the USA men's national team, right? In the very final international period before the World Cup, international break, my bad, before the World Cup. So we have our first roster, right? Our first good look of what a roster is going to look like in the summer, right? Goalkeepers, right? Matt Freese, Matt Turner, Roman, Chris Brady. I mean, we got MLS goalkeepers, right? And like the thing that like is like people don't think our goalkeepers are quality because they're in the MLS, right? And that's not true because we have goalkeepers in Europe, right? It's very hard to get a first team job in Europe, right? It's very hard in general, right? Much less at goalkeeping, right? I mean, I like the move to go with the MLS guys at, under goal, right? I like the move because they provide consistency, right? I wouldn't mind doing it for the World Cup, right? I wouldn't mind Matt Freese or Matt Turner, right? Either one of them is fine by me, honestly. So the defenders, right? Defenders, we have Max Arfsten, Alex Freeman, Mark McKenzie, Tim Ream, Chris Richards, Anthony Robinson, Miles Robinson, Joe Scally, and Austin Trusty. Now there's some mixed feelings with this one, right? There's some mixed feelings. Obviously, one definite roster spot that's hopefully is going to be there by the summer is Serginho Dest, right? Serginho Dest is the top defender on our team, right? Not in terms of his defensive presence, but one of our best offensive players at the same time, right? And he's been a fantastic offensive player in Europe, right? He's been in immaculate form for the past couple of months, immaculate form before the injury. It's way too hard to not say that Serginho Dest is not going to play, right? Dest is probably replacing, I would assume, Max. I'm assuming he's replacing Max. Now there's an argument for these two players, right? These two players have a huge argument, and I would argue that they should even be in this one too, right? So we have Puskas, right? Up in Russia right now. He's been playing terrific ball in Russia right now. He's been killing it. One of the best defenders in the Russian league right now. I believe he has like the most duels won in Europe, right? All across Europe. You know, he's 21, right? He's 21, right? He's 21. However, just for the sole fact that he leads Europe in like a very key stat for a defender, he leads Europe. How does he not make the roster, right? How does he not make the roster, right? So Rostas, right? Very quality player, right? I still think that he should be on the roster, right? You can argue him over was it Miles Robinson, right? Miles Robinson, kick rocks, right? You can argue him over Mark McKenzie, right? I feel like Mark McKenzie has had a world of time to prove himself, right? And he still hasn't proven himself at all. So what makes you think he's going to prove himself for this A for this camp, or B in the World Cup, right? I don't see a reason. Will Captain America deliver tonight? I don't see a purpose of speaking of Captain America. I'll get into him in a bit. I don't see a purpose of rostering Mark McKenzie these next couple of months. I don't see a purpose in it, right? So the midfield, right? The midfield. Oh my goodness, it's not even the decision making for the midfield. It's just our midfield. Sebastian Berhalter, Johnny Cardoso, Weston McKennie, Aiden Morris, Gio Reyna, Christian Roldan, Tanner Tessman, and Malik Tillman, right? Malik Tillman, Cam, right? Cam, okay. Cam, Malik Tillman. I like that. Man. Malik Tillman, Tanner Tessman, Weston McKennie, Johnny Cardoso, right? And so, like, one of them's not going to be on the roster, right? So I'm assuming Rodon's not going to be on the roster because Tyler Adams just missing this camp, right? Just missing this camp. He's obviously going to be going to the World Cup for us in this summer. right? So like it could be Berhalter, right? It could be Berhalter. I highly fucking doubt it though. I highly doubt Berhalter does not make the World Cup roster, right? We can kill you from so many ways in the midfield, right? The midfield is just like I can't wait to see this midfield this summer, right? I can't wait to see this midfield. So now it brings me to the forwards, right? The last part of this. Brendan Aronson, Patrick, Florian Balogun, Ricardo Pepi, Christian Pulisic, and Tim Weah. The only one that I feel like you can well, there's two people you can argue, right? I feel like there's only one, right? But there's two people can argue with. The biggest deal in this particular camp, right, is the absence of one Diego Luna, and the people love Diego Luna. The people love Diego Luna, right? My mom loves Diego Luna, right? So Diego Luna, right? Diego Luna, obvious favorite of Mr. Mauricio Pochettino. If he's on the roster, I don't think he'd play. I don't think he should play, really. Or I wouldn't see like a certain situation where you would need to put Diego Luna over somebody else like the other guy I'm about to name, right? Or even a Brendan Aronson, right? Or Ricardo Pepi, right? A Malik Tillman, even, right? I just don't see you wanting to put Diego Luna over any of those three players, right? And if you do, I mean, GG's, good luck. I mean, all to you, right? Not that he's a bad player or anything. It's just I feel like we just have better options at this point. And then the final person is Haji Wright, and ultimately he's injured, right? The same thing with Dest and Adams, or more so the same thing with Adams. He just missed the cut for this camp, but he's nothing crazy or anything. He's nothing crazy. It's just the consistency you get out of Haji Wright. It's just he's very consistent to his club, to us. He's very consistent as well, right? Not saying he's the answer to striker or anything. I just appreciate his consistency, right? He's an extremely consistent player. Right. And obviously, the person that you take out from here is it's Patrick. It's Patrick, right? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Patrick, kick rocks, right? So Haji Wright, Diego Luna, whoever you want to go with, I preferably would go with Haji Wright. That forward group is nasty. That forward group is kind of nasty. The question being like, oh, who's scoring the goals, right? But that forward group is not. It's as good as we're gonna get. It's as good as we're gonna get, right? Our goal scorers being Balogun, Pepi, right? Balogun's in like crazy form right now. Like he's playing some of the best football as of late. And now comes the rant. Because here's the thing about this roster, right? From top to bottom, this roster is incredibly talented, right? Up until the goalkeeper position hasn't been as what it historically has been, right? But I do appreciate the consistency and the amount of game time that these goalkeepers have gotten, right? And that's all you can really ask for with the goalkeeper. You can only ask for them to be more consistent, getting more workloads and stuff. Pause. Easily going to be the most talented group we've ever taken into a World Cup. 4 years from now, a lot of our star players we have going into this, because we have stars now. Now we have stars. We didn't have stars 4 years ago. We didn't have stars 4 years ago. We had a bunch of young players on our roster, right? These young players are still on this roster to this day, right? The same group of youngsters that were at the last World Cup are still at this World Cup, right? They're all healthy, which is a whole other issue that we have with this group as well, because this group is super, super, super injury prone. And it's not like it's not bashing them for anything about being injury prone. It just sucks. It sucks to get hurt, right? I've gotten hurt like if you ask me how many times I've sprained my ankles, right? I can't even tell you. I honestly can't even tell you. Injuries suck. Injuries suck. I've broken my I've broken my hand before, right? They fucking suck. And that's what's holding us back. That's ultimately what's been holding us back because the roster is not going to get as talented as it is right now, right? 4 years from now, are we still going to have the same group of players and are they still going to be healthy? I know we have people coming up like I just mentioned, right? Puskas, right? I just mentioned him earlier that he should already be getting playing time right now. He's 21. That's absolutely insane. Another one that I completely forgot to talk about, right, is Noah Banks, right? Noah Banks. He's 16. He's 16. He's getting regular first team minutes in the Bundesliga, right? A 16-year-old defender, 16-year-old. The dude is a fucking monster, man. Like he's a monster. The Pochettino is already trying to recruit this guy, right? He's already trying to recruit this guy, and he's 16 to play right now for us on this team. We have guys coming up still, but we're not gonna have this group again. We're not having this group again, right? The reality of it is, like people like Christian Pulisic, right? Who has the talent to be one of the best U.S. soccer players of all time, right? Of all time. Weston McKennie, you can already argue he's one of the best midfielders for us, right? One of the best midfielders ever for us. Des, when he plays in this World Cup, it's like the conversations he's going to be in is going to be holy fuck, right? Same thing with Anthony Robinson, right? Anthony Robinson's already kind of like having a holy fucked kind of career, right? From club to the international level, Anthony Robinson is a star. Anthony Robinson is a star. Serginho Dest, star. Weston McKennie, star. Tyler Adams, stars. Christian Pulisic. I don't even have to say more about him. Christian, like the name does it. He's Captain America. The nickname does it for himself. So what I'm trying to get at basically is the point that I'm the big point I'm trying to make here. This is the most talented group. This is the best group that we're probably ever going to put out into this World Cup. By far, easily could be the best group we ever put out to this World Cup. If we don't win this bullshit this year, if we do not win this World Cup, if we don't win this World Cup in our country, sure, we're sharing it with two other bozos, right? Or two other bozos. I mean bozos in a competitive standpoint, right? Like US Mexico, one of the biggest rivalries in soccer, right? One of, not the biggest, but one of the biggest rivalries, right? Us in Canada, like that's little brother, basically. That's little brother. The team that we have compared to those two bozos, however, it's night and day at this point. Those rosters that they have, they can't fuck with our roster. They can't even fuck with this roster. That's not even the whole complete one with everybody in it. It's basically everybody, but we're still missing like two very key guys. A starter and one guy that you can argue that can be a starter. And if he's a starter, that's a captain. I don't give a fuck. That is a captain right there. The leadership that guy brings, the leadership that Tyler Adams brings, this is the year right here. This is the fucking year that we have to win this World Cup. If we do not win this World Cup in our backyard with the most talented team that we will ever put out in this competition, if we don't win this shit this year, we will never win it. We're never gonna win it. We're never gonna win the World Cup if we don't win it this year, this exact year. We're never gonna win this World Cup. It's never gonna happen. I know it sounds extreme, right? I know this sounds definitely extreme, right? When when you put those two factors in it, when are we ever gonna get this chance ever again? Sure, we might host a World Cup again, right? But are we gonna put out a team? Are we gonna put out a team this talented, this deep, and fully healthy, and everybody is in form? Nobody is lacking. Nobody's lacking on the team. Everybody is playing some of the best football that they're playing in their fucking careers. In the entirety of their careers. If we don't win this shit this year, it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. That's the cold hard truth about this World Cup. Is that we will never win. We will never win if we don't win this year. We will never win.